did that
Hello,
instead of waving.
everyone. Welcome to Girls Run These Worlds. We're back. We took a week off, but you know what? We're coming back full force. We got our wonderful Fae of the Hidden World here for Regency Remixed. My name is Anne, and I will be your facilitator this evening. Before we get started, I got a couple of big announcements. Um, Number one, this coming Monday. Yeah, Monday. We got an all black celebration of black excellence. Uh, we got a Juneteenth game run by our director of operations, Arnica Ross. We got Ava, we got Anita, we got Sumiko, and we got our very own Lily. They're going to be playing a little bit of Savage Worlds. So make sure you tune in for that on this channel. Um, yeah, Juneteenth. And Monday, June 26th, our Lord of the Rings inspired game, Rangers of the North, with lore keeper Sarah. Our CEO is now stepping forward and running her own table here at the channel. Um, that is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I believe, and sponsored by Free League Publishing. So I hope that you guys will come around for that on June 26th and support our wonderful table of Lord of the Rings inspired characters. And there is a VOD with some character creation stuff from last Monday. So if you want to check that out and see our wonderful cast talk about their characters, please do. Yeah, there's also a bunch of big gay one shots happening throughout this month. We got Under Hollow Hills. We got some Vampire the Masquerade and some Cypher, who our producer Mo, shout out to our producer, is going to be running that Cypher game, by the way, and a game called Trash Pals. So much fun stuff. So within the next week or so, those will be going live on this channel right here. So make sure you hit that follow button and you know, get notified when we go live. And last but not least, our third zine, our Pride zine, is actually out today. So if someone could drop the link in chat, producer Mo could do that. Uh, our third zine has been created, curated, and just put together by an entirely queer group of creators. So if you want to celebrate, uh, queer joy and creativity, there is so much love packed in this zine. Pick it up if you can afford to, because Girls Write These Worlds is doing some wonderful stuff. Yeah, those are it for the big announcements. Yeah, tonight we will be playing Good Society by Story Brewers RPG. Got the Pride, Prejudice, and Practical Magics expansion active, as well as the Fake Horts mini expansion. But I'm playing fast and loose with the rules because that's what I do. I am going to ask our lovely cast to introduce themselves in an order that I totally know. We will start with Rosie.
Hi, it's me. I'm Rosie, Sweet Rosie B. Today I will be playing Cornelia Blue and also potentially Hester Bamber. Cornelia Blue is a fae of the Chroma Court. She is a very important shade of blue, and she is figuring out what she's going to do about the situation within her household as far as vying for power as the winter season comes upon us.
Great. Yeah, there's a lot going on for Cornelia. Nox.
Hey y'all, I'm Nox, and today I'll be playing Dulcinea Cervantes from the House of Flora and Fauna, as well as Sylvan Graham, Vera's connection. And that's going to be interesting. There's rumors of a human in court that I'm sure Dulcinea knows nothing about. And there are rumors that Sylvan isn't going to propose to Vera. So that should be. I'm sure that there's going to be a letter coming that's very nice and happy and totally okay with that. Everything is going to be fine for everybody.
Ooh, great. Everything's gonna be fine. And up next, Lily.
Hi, I am Lily. I'm Lescribe in chat tonight, and I will be playing Vera Birchbark, who is crushed that her fiance seems to have dumped her by um, like rumors, like not even in person, ghosted maybe, who knows at all. And I will also possibly be playing Penelope Cartwright, who is a connection of Cornelia Blues.
And last, but certainly not least, Arcady.
Hi, I'm Arcady Kashka, and I'm she, her across the board for me and the characters tonight. My main character is Lieutenant Albina Fernside, who is a Court of Shadows fae trying to make her way up the hierarchy via the military, and some queenly connections now. And the connection I play is Elia Rivera, who is Dulcinea's connection, and she's a very put upon human mentee.
And of course, as I've said before, my name is Anne. I will be the facilitator of this game. I will play uh, the rest of the connections that these wonderful players are not playing. Also, perched upon my head is Buddy the cockatiel, who may or may not be co-facilitating with me as his mood dictates.
I was about to
So,
ask, can everyone see Buddy
um,
stream? I love
yep.
that.
Buddy is 100% in
Uh,
frame.
I definitely made sure of it. Yeah, we're still working on finding the camera, but he's young. Um, right. So before we get started on this evening's chapter, we are going to go through our epistolary phase. I know how to say the words. It's cool. Um, and we're going to start with Nox tonight, just because she did not get a chance to write letters in the previous round. So Nox will actually get 2 rounds of letters tonight, you know, as a treat for drama reasons. If she requires multiple letters to get sent around, um, for a little bit of context, Dulcinea knows a couple of things. First of all, what is this rumor about a human in the hidden world? What the heck? Like, everyone's confused about that. Gee, I wonder. But people are talking about that now. So Dulcinea is aware. Um, and the other thing you might want to know, Knox, is that there is a rumor about um, Sylvan not um, proceeding with the engagement of Vera. Um, guess I should do a recap. That would be useful for everyone. Um, our previous chapter started with everybody receiving this newsletter filled with lovely rumors from across the hidden world. And everybody had strong feelings about those rumors. Um, Cornelia had a concerning one about her family, a cousin, an uncle, someone not doing their job. Um, you know, and but mostly it was Vera's engagement that was come under question, and I believe it was Cornelia who entertained a visitor. Uh, Albina, was it? Yes, I was totally there last time. Got this. And they spoke about perhaps in the human world at some point. Now, part of the military's job is to be, at the front lines, so to speak, and interfacing with the humans. If humans are like, hey, we want to like come into your world, the military will be the first bay that they see. So, of course, Albina is entertaining this conversation with Cornelia. And of course, ever the popular Fae, Albina also visited with Vera, who was quite distraught about the rumor concerning her engagement. And then she expressed some mild regret about maybe the letter she sent to um, her fiance. But, maybe maybe it's not so bad. We'll see. Um, Cornelia had a meeting with her uncle, made a very bold choice in her outfit. Um, you know, is the dress blue? Is the dress green?
Who's to
Highly
say?
debated. It's a highly debated dress in or style of dress in the hidden world. They're
It might
still
be gold
debating
and
about it.
white. It might be blue and black.
We don't know. And discovered that deep down her super stern and serious uncle is a softie and is just trying to protect his sister's secrets. Hmm, that's great. And Albina was summoned by her captain. I have notes somewhere. Why do I not have my notes? Anyway, excuse me. Captain Franklin summoned her for a very special trip to the royal castle where Albina and also the audience meets the Fae Queen for the first time up close and personally after the transition day party. Um, and would you look at that? She's just a scared, barely an adult Fae who really wants her mom back because she's not down with responsibilities yet. She's too young to be leading the hidden world. So Albina, along with Captain Franklin, is tasked to find out what happened to the Queen Mother and bring her back. So that's where we are in terms of important events in the second chapter of this story. Now, yeah, I will give Knox up to 4 opportunities to send letters just because she missed the previous episode, but you don't have to use all of those letters. It's just in case you want to start setting up with between characters or you want to stir the pot. I'll give you extra ammunition tonight.
Okay, so how do I do letters then?
So yeah, everyone else only gets 2. Sorry. Um, but if anyone would like to start off with a letter, visiting both the human world and with Fae politics, if that helps with where you might want to direct your mail or what you want to write about. I will give you a minute for that. Um, I will say, while people are figuring out their letters, that uh, representatives of each of the houses from both courts get an official decree. Um, those houses of the Court of Splendors get a decree that isn't like the ones in previous years. It usually takes up to a month to properly set the ruling houses and, like give the Fae time to fight it out. But roughly 2 weeks after Transition Day, the Court of Splendors gets a an official decree that states um, while the obvious choice has always been to grant power of the ruling house to from a court to the House of Hughes are choosing to wait to declare a ruling house until such time as the Court of Illusions sorts its structure and shall be granting them the power of the ruling house in 2 weeks, so long as they have consolidated their power within the house. And there is a royal seal, and it comes from court or from the uh, court of duality. Like it's official, like stationary and everything. So everyone in the Court of Splendors gets this about 2 weeks earlier than they are expecting to get this sort of correspondence. Things are changing in the hidden world, and that is the first indication of a major change. And everyone knows what Queen Lolly looks like. Everyone knows Queen Lolly is young. This a sign of her inexperience, maybe, to make such a decision? Who knows? But she's changing things up, and it's hard to tell what the motivation is for that. Vera, when you get this, that's a big there's a big condition there. Got to get your house in order. Got to clear up that rumor. Got to work it out with Sylvain. Because now this is it. This is what your family has wanted. So close. Okay, who's got letters? Let's go.
So, do we just say what we would be writing? Okay, then can our connections send letters? Like, can we as a connection to somebody send letters, or is it us as our main fae?
I hope y'all are just quiet and the sound is actually working.
Oh no.
I don't think
If
you can
Knox is
hear
trying to talk, I
Nox.
can't hear.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear
Yeah.
me
Oh
now?
no.
Nox has been talking, but I don't think you can hear.
No. Not again.
Damn it. It's like this. I'm sorry, my headset decided to mute itself again. I don't know why.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I am
Oh, okay.
so sorry, Knox. It is
I was
definitely
like,
a
it's always me. No, okay.
no. It was. I don't know what is happening to my technology. My apologies to the audience.
It's fine.
Sorry.
Stream's haunted.
No, my technology is haunted. Also, my bird likes to tap dance on the mute button.
So I was asking, can we as like do the letters only come from our main fae, or can they come from if we play a connection
Oh,
for somebody?
they can also come from your connection. It's
Cool.
the limit in the rules is per player, so it's either character that you play. So
Awesome. In that case, I want to
sorry.
write a letter from Sylvan to Vera. All right. Sylvan's very like just like a little uptight. So Vera, I must admit that I am not quite sure how to react to the spectacle that your sister created when the courts changed power. It is quite a scandal to have associated with either of our families, especially in a time when we are meant to bring them together. However, I was very impressed by the way you quickly took care of that situation and managed to save face. Oh God, is he gonna be a dick? Is she gonna be a dick? Yeah, she's gonna be a dick. I want to point out, Lily did say this was supposed to be like Darcy, so. While I can only see further embarrassment caused by an association with your sister and the way she smears your family's name, I cannot find myself pulling away from a connection with you specifically. If you found a way to rein her in, make her less of an intolerable embarrassment to us all, I can see things working in our favor. Well done. And it's just signed Sylvan Graham.
I have a question for you, Knox.
Yeah, what's up?
Does is this letter being written before or after the official?
It's being written before. Because I don't know what
official-
Vera said.
Okay, because the official declaration comes in. I just wanted to know the timeline. Okay, so it is.
This is
It's
before.
before.
This is before the rumor came out and before Vera sends the letter.
Oh.
This is before the rumors spread, and this is before before Vera sends a letter to Sylvan.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hey Lily, how you
Audience?
doing?
I love it. I love all of it.
Audience, I would like you to know that my table understands the assignment. Great. You got 3 more chances to make it messy, but does anyone else have a letter they want to throw out there?
I mean, obviously, I have a letter. Obviously, and and I really like the timeline also because I'm gonna do something as well. So we'll see how it all works out. um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So this letter is actually a little bit later because it happens after the decree comes out. Also, a Knox, just so you know, Vera did get the reputation tag humiliated during at the end of the last session. So, she definitely does have like some cleaning up to do. Um, yeah. So her letter is, dear Lord and Lady Graham. I hope all is well with the two of you. Please excuse my impudence at contacting you this way, but it does seem like our family's connections with each other is waning, and I would like to make it clear that I and my parents have always felt that the Grahams are important in our life, and we definitely would like to continue our strong acquaintance, especially mine and Sylvan's engagement. We should get together soon. Please let me know when there's a time where we can all visit, excepting my sister, of course, who is quite busy all of the time. Sincerely, sincerely, Vera Birchbark. Um, yeah, and then the thing that I wanted to do actually way before I even heard Knox just dictate her letter was that um, I want to spend a resolve token so that something happens to the like deliverer or rider or carriage or whatever that was carrying the original letter Vera wrote to Sylvan, and the letter is either delayed or like destroyed, and this letter is the one that actually arrives at their house.
Yeah, you can just clear that token.
Mhm.
Actually, because because this because this phase technically happens for upkeep, and we already did upkeep. I'm gonna give this one to you for free because I am a kind,
Ooh,
benevolent facilitator.
thank
So
Can
you
you.
we
know
please
what?
have it just be delayed? Because I gotta see.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
We
definitely.
gotta see
That's
the
good. It's
consequences of
it's
that.
delayed. Yeah, like it fell in
Okay,
the mud, and then the person was like, "Oh no, I better clean this up." So it just
okay,
got and
because you're getting this one for free, it doesn't get destroyed. It does get delayed.
yeah. Okay,
So
that
Sylvan
sounds
gets
great.
this letter eventually, but not like I'm almost tempted to say they get both letters at the same time, just to
Yes.
make things
I love
funny.
it.
Yes.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
this
god.
Um,
second letter was addressed to Sylvan's parents, though. Yep.
Oh, this is hysterical. I love it. Okay, Rosie, Katie,
I
please.
got one.
Okay.
This will be from Albina's connection. Oh no, she just dropped.
Oh no.
Um, so
Arcadia literally said, I'm gonna refresh for your
yeah.
information if you lose me.
Okay.
And they're back.
Yay. Okay, this letter will be from Albina's connection, Hester Bamber. I think you would see, if we're panning the camera, you would see this old, stout woman who is wrapped up in too many shawls because it is cold winter. She's got a little knit cap on, and she is heading towards the edge of her property where there is this glorious holly tree. with red berries that remind her of her long lost love. She has set up, it's not quite a post box, but there is almost an offering box where once a week she comes and writes a note hoping that it makes its way to her long lost love, Albina. She's going to sit down on a bench, brush some snow off of it, and with her stationery, which is these cute little note cards, she's going to write, I don't believe there is much need to do this anymore, but I like the ritual of it. I do hope that these find their way to you eventually. I do miss you. I never loved another like I have loved you all these years. I do miss you. I hope you would visit every once in a while, but I understand you said that you were busy, and well, that's that. If you find your way back to the lane, would love to see you for a cup of tea. You're always free to knock. She's going to, your dearest Hester, fold it up, seal it, kiss the envelope, and put it in the little offering box and shuffle back home.
I want to fight Albina.
I know. I have to be so mean. I'm like, oh no, I have to be a bitch now.
I want to fight Albina for leaving this poor woman.
I feel like this is actually the first letter that has made it to Albina, though.
I think by some
think
magic
by
it makes its way.
magic, this is actually the first, and she's just like, shit.
I mean, the Fae post, it's as reliable as the human one.
Right. Time is funny. Planes
Look,
of existence. It's all a little wibbly.
Hey, you haven't aged.
I haven't aged.
It's been like 60 years for this poor woman.
Albina's still a babe. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good.
Did we lose our producer?
Maybe just temporarily, I hope.
Okay. Well, it says we're still on air.
Yeah, we look like we're still on the stream, which is rad. Okay, cool. Arcady? You have one?
If we're doing connections causing trouble, I'm
no.
gonna write.
I mean,
I'm gonna
yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna do something similar, but in reverse. Ellie is gonna write a letter to her family back in the human world. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for allowing me to vacation with my friends in the coast. It's very nice and lovely. The Cervantes family has been so kind and generous to me. I'm having a lovely time and attended my first ball last night. I look forward to seeing you again in the spring. Thank you for allowing me to, stay away and trusting me. Thank you, and I love you. And I tie it to a squirrel and send the squirrel off towards the border and trust that this squirrel is just gonna somehow get this letter to my human family who don't really know where I've gone.
It's even funnier because Dulcinea straight up would have delivered the letter if she knew.
Yeah, the post was never
like, yeah, of course, I can send this for them. Yeah, no problem, sweetie. Popping it out.
The camera zooms into this squirrel that just has the biggest WTF face. Just like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then it runs over to Dulcinea and says, and like the squirrel doesn't talk, but it clearly has a WTF face, and just starts like climbing up on Dulcinea and gesturing at the letter.
Oh, yes. This seems personal. Oh, I need to deliver. Thank you so much. Don't worry. Okay. Mwah. You go scurry along. Here's an acorn. Here's an acorn.
The squirrel takes the acorn and kind of does an affectionate head.
Oh, I love you too.
Dulcinea, and just there's kind of just an expression please tell your human this isn't my job, and then
I will let her know. I'm so sorry. She's new in town. It's fine. Yes, say hi to your family for me. Tell your family I said hello. Yes.
Yeah, and
you must come for dinner.
If the squirrel had thumbs, it would be a thumbs up. But squirrels. The squirrel totally like adores you. You have like a good rapport with nature, as your house usually does. So squirrel families super love it. Like as a powerful fae, you are kind of like in the hierarchy, in charge of the know uh lower houses.
Love that.
And by lower, I mean, low to the ground because they're tiny woodland creatures. But
Love that for
uh,
Dulcinea. Dulcinea is
so
gonna
the
deliver the
squirrel.
letter, by the way. She's definitely gonna actually get the letter delivered.
Yeah, it's
That'll
a
be a letter
squirrel.
to Elia, by the way. Dear Elia, I'm off to go talk to my sister. If you don't hear from me for, let's say, 7 days, don't worry about it. I have let the cat butlers know, to bring you food and water. You can roam the house and the gardens and such. I wouldn't go near outside of the property. If you see my sister, run. By the way, I will deliver your letters for you. The squirrels are very sweet, but they don't know what a letter is. I will deliver them for you. So if you wish to write to your family or anyone else, simply let me know. Again, if I'm gone, do not panic. Just hide from my sister. Love, Dulcinea.
I get the letter and I just breathe a sigh of relief that I might have a week without Dulcinea trying to set me up with somebody. Like, I get a little vacation. I just get a little break. I'm gonna stroll in the garden and just not do anything social, and it's gonna be a nice break. And like, I love her, but she's a lot sometimes.
Elia is just low key an introvert that just
Mhm.
wants to be left alone. Like, oh my gosh, why?
Like, I want to just hang out with the
Right.
squirrels.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, the squirrels have Elia over and just like hang out. And they do little gestures
Yeah, we
like
drink little squirrel tea
not
together with their little paws.
the squirrel that you attempted to have the letter delivered tries to explain to you that they are not the delivery system. Like they're not couriers. That's not their job.
I apologize profusely. It's really hard to tell because sometimes there's blue jays and magpies that deliver letters, but the squirrels don't, but they can do, they're really good at charades. So it's hard to tell exactly
they
who's magical and who's not.
it's a standard. Well, the squirrel used like a standardized Fey sign language, so it's charades, but also standardized over the hidden world. So you know, it's like their version of ASL. It's very accessible. The
I would
squirrel
say we
that
already made the Fey world more accessible.
yeah, and so actually the squirrel family you hang out with, both of the like the adult squirrels are teachers. They teach the uh Fey signs, the Fey signing language. So yeah, you have Elia has a great time and learns some Fey sign language. Little FSL from the squirrel family. Um and you know why? Because I say so. We make the rules in this house. Anyway,
Squirrels
so
run these worlds.
oh. um uh, I mean, they help. Yeah, so we got one more letter. Got one more letter for everyone. Knox has a couple for as a treat. So um there's anything y'all want to set up as far as human world interactions. It looks like Albina's got shenanigans, possibly.
Yeah, I'm not responding yet. Maybe next time. But right now, I've got like important queen business, so I'm like not gonna acknowledge this. I just like tuck it away somewhere hidden, and we're like, this is a problem for later. This is a problem when it becomes a problem, and it's not a problem yet. So
It smells like chamomile.
Albina did the Fae equivalent of leaving her on red.
Correct.
I'm so mad at Albina. Oh my god.
I hate myself too. Rest assured.
Disclaimer: character actions do not reflect thoughts, feelings,
Arcady
or
is
otherwise.
I wrote this and I hate it. So like,
it's okay. We get it. You know, sometimes Fae got a Fae, and it's not always fun and games.
So
but
we had said that, just checking, Rosie, we said Cornelia and Dulcinea used to be friends but aren't anymore, right?
Yes, used to be friends, drifted apart.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have Dulcinea actually write a letter to Cornelia.
Okay.
It's just to be very short and be like, "Dear Cornelia, I saw you at the ball. It seems like you are closer to getting everything you ever wished for. Best of luck." Kind of want her to be a little snarky because it's Dulcinea. Hope that you can find something other than flowers. Sincerely, Dulcinea.
Cornelia's gonna write back. Dearest Dulcinea, I also saw you at the ball. I'm so sorry I didn't have a chance to say hi. I was terribly busy making connections and whatnot, rubbing elbows and all that lovely stuff. I would love to catch up with you at some point. You must come over for tea. And I would love it if you brought your friend that I saw at the ball as well. Let me know when you're available. I am quite unoccupied and rather bored at the moment. All the best, your friend Cornelia. She sends it off with the blue jay.
Shit.
okay, so in having responded to that letter, Rosie has now completed her epistolary phase. So everyone else still has one left. I love how delightfully messy this is. You are such a
I was
wonderful
like, this has
table.
to be like messy, right?
I mean, the best RP comes from the messes we make in this game.
I think Albina would use her letter, my second letter. I'm gonna send like an introductory letter to the Guild of Whispers, because that's who the queen told me to go talk to. And like I don't think I have an in with them yet, so I'm gonna make an in with them. Just by
It worked. It worked out great for you
last
the last time.
Yeah, dear Guildmaster, I'm Lieutenant Fernside. I am working my way up through the military and seeking out other opportunities, and was wondering what it takes to join your illustrious guild. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. Sincerely, Lieutenant Fernside. Very formal, very short. Just seeing if I can get somebody to pay attention to me so I don't have to go digging.
You get two things happen in the course of roughly 24 hours. One is you get a very formal, like, I won't call it like a rejection letter, but it's like, the vibes are like,
Mhm.
your inquiry has been received, and we will schedule a meeting with the guild mistress at her earliest convenience.
Like
It's
auto
one of those
reply.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a form letter that is basically an acknowledgement that your letter was received. Because the Guild of Whispers is very official. Like they have their process. So you do get that letter back. You also get something else. You live with the like in at the military
Yeah, I'm like
barracks,
the
correct?
barracks. Yeah.
So like of your like hut, I guess. I don't know what
Yeah. Whatever.
military barracks look like. Yeah, like it's a very whimsical hut looking barracks. Anyway, you find a talisman. It's like a pendant, like a neck. You find a box and it has a necklace in it. It's got the um it's got the symbol that you now recognize as the house of duality, the house of Dioscuri, which is the uh, Pisces symbol of the two fish. But you also, there's a second pendant on this necklace, and it is shaped in a crescent moon, a black crescent moon. There's a card that says, "You do not join Guild Whispers." Or no, wait, what is it? Or what is it? Or you do not look for the Guild of Whispers. The Guild of Whispers finds you. Or what? Hold on. You will not find the Guild of Whispers. The Guild of Whispers will find you. And then it's a tiny box. It's a necklace with two pendants.
All
Did
right. Yeah.
Albina just join Fight Club?
Maybe. Yeah, I find it ironic that like I still seem to have found them. I mean, they still responded. I did still hear from them in a way. So it's like maybe not the best motto from them. It's like I'm a little unimpressed so far. I think I could do better. But yeah, I'll take the pendant and I'll wear it and tuck it in under my shirt, like tucked away secret. But yeah, I'll wear it because like yeah, they may say that I can't find them, but I think I just did.
I mean, you don't know where that pendant came from. Could just be one independent actor who's just like, look at this. Look at this, Faye.
I mean, that's still one more person than I knew before, so I'll take it.
Albina is racking up the W's.
At the moment, look, the higher I
At the
rack
moment.
myself up, the harder it's gonna be when I inevitably, fall.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you're gonna fall, but I'm not gonna say you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Um. Okay, so that's Arcadie's second letter done. We got two more. There's Please got one more, and then optional last letter for Nox if she wants it.
Hmm? 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 I'm so sorry. I've been treating Milk Dud this entire time.
No, it's cool. Lily, you got something else?
Um, so this gossip flyer, right? Does it have like an author to it? Like, where did it come from? A publisher, a newspaper, or something like that?
the, the author, I'm gonna say, is someone who goes by the pen name. Uh, oh God, my brain. Um, someone um someone called the Feathered Whisperer. That's all you know.
Okay.
It's a pen name. It's a pen name of the writer of this letter. That's all you know. But
Right.
you do also know that there's a significant portion of the Court of Shadows that deals with secrets. So maybe
Sure.
there you've got a general direction to throw the letter at, but it's still like no one specific to direct a letter at this point.
Right. Um, yeah. Okay. So I think, hmm, I I think what Vera wants to do is to duplicate a flyer that looks the same as this feathered. Sorry, I forgot the name already of the author.
The Feathered Whisperer.
The feathered whisperer. um, and and I think that she wants to, like, you know how they have those like silhouette photos where it's just like a black outline of a person's face, like usually actually how Jane Austen is sometimes represented.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So she's going to have one of those, and it's going to be really generic. Like you wouldn't be able to tell who it is at all. But it's going to be a letter that's going to look like it came from the Feather Whisperer, and it's going to say human seen in the court of splendors during our most important time of crossover, the so and so ball, and then it's going to be
Yes.
signed Feather Whisperer, and Vera is going to say distribute this to everyone. She has a servant that she's going to tell to distribute to everyone, because now she is again still trying to clean up this humiliated reputation tag and must find another target of this gossip.
I am gonna say that because your character is driven by her humiliation, I am gonna say that you can convert the humiliated tag into a resolve token and just it. I will allow your shenanigans to happen and essentially spent a resolve token to create a different kind of mess. And I
Awesome.
can do that. I can make this happen for you. So go
I
ahead
love it.
and clear that negative reputation, and we'll see how messy things get for this.
Yeah, yeah. Vera is spending resolve tokens all over the place,
Well,
but sure.
basically, you don't even. It's a you just you don't spend any resolve tokens on your resolve token pool.
Okay.
Essentially, the tag becomes a resolve token, and that's how you make it.
Oh, okay. Cool, 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 cool.
So the tag itself is spent basically
Mm-hmm.
because Vera is now driven by humiliation to fix things, and now
Yes,
she's spreading her own rumors. And
I love it.
I am gonna say because she is of the House of Illusions,
Mm-hmm.
she replicates
Yeah,
the newsletter pretty well. She's a skilled
she was going
illusionist
for.
fae. She, you know, I'm gonna say it works out. It works out for now.
I would
Awesome.
like to offer a resolve token.
Oh no.
Okay.
Ooh.
I would like to offer one to Dulcinea for the
Oh,
silhouette on the fake newsletter to bear a resemblance to Dulcinea.
No.
Okay, you don't have to take it. I'm offering
Wait,
this
is it a
drama.
good thing for me? I have no idea if it's a good thing for me.
Okay. So we have now entered the negotiation phase. If Knox is saying no, that's perfectly okay.
Absolutely
No,
fine.
wait, I need to know what this means before I say no. Does it mean
Okay,
that it
well-
looks like Dulcinea is the one spreading the rumor?
Oh, it could.
Well, okay, so the rumor itself is that there is a human being seen in the hidden world, and I believe what Sarah wanted to do was the silhouette to look like just a generic
Right,
person.
but it's a confirmation that that there really is a human here. Like, well, not a confirmation, but it's like the
I'm
feathered
trying
whisper
to
is saying, like, yeah,
They really
we,
are.
actually,
yeah.
actually, hmm, I am going to change it up a bit. I am going to, instead of, you're okay, Vera's still humiliated, but I will cross out the a human in the court rumor and have that be used as the resolve token, because the rumor is the main subject of this. And if you use any of the rumors as a plot point, they can be used as resolve tokens. So sorry, Vera, you're still humiliated, but you did use a rumor to advance your plot,
Got
so it
other
still
things
goes.
in mind to clear that out.
Clear.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then I think it would, at first glance, it would look like Dulcinea is the human in question. So it would look real funky if Dulcinea's silhouette was on that newsletter.
Just throwing attention her way.
Oh, that's never
I mean,
good. I welcome it though.
Okay, take it. Take my resolve token. You have it.
Does that mean I get a result token?
Yes, you get one. I
Oh,
you
lose
do.
one.
yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. You can take that ammunition and load it into your gun and shoot
Oh,
it
this
at
is gonna
someone
end
else.
so badly for
Make someone
Dulcinea and
else's life
Elia.
messy.
Oh, I plan on it. Hey Lily, one or two?
One.
Okay, Dulcinea or Sylvan has one more letter they'd like to
Ooh.
send.
Uh-oh.
And this one's going to be to Lieutenant Fernside
Okay.
as Vera's former friend.
Yeah, I think we established last week too that we like know each other a bit. Like we know of each other because
Yeah.
it was Vera's former friend. So yes, this
Yeah.
does track.
Lieutenant Albina Fernside. I know we have a passing acknowledgement of each other, passing acquaintance due to our individual connections with the Birchbark family. I write to you seeking counsel on the matter of the Birchbark sisters and their behavior. My family has a reputation to uphold, and I cannot have it sullied by a sour association with Vera's sister, Eleonora. Considering that you were once friends with Vera and knew her sister, I was hoping to gain counsel from you regarding why that relationship may have distanced and whether or not I should distance myself from the Birchbarks. I also wanted to write to you as a warning, for I see that you are trying to move up in the military, and if an association with the Birchbarks can tarnish a reputation like mine, it certainly could do more damage to one like yours. Well done getting in close with, was it Captain Franklin, the dog?
Yes.
with Captain Franklin in handling that situation. It was very admirable. If you tell Vera I ever sent this, I will deny it, and you will face the full force of my family's reputation upon you. Sincerely, Sylvan Graham.
Wow.
I definitely
My
saved that
gosh.
letter. Yeah, I'm out of letters, so you don't get anything back. But like above table, yeah, we should talk. We should talk. Above table, she's interested.
Listen, there's time and letters, more letters. Um, I think that's it for our extended epistolary phase. Hey, we have completed an entire cycle of play. Congratulations, you guys. Um, we are going to jump right into another chapter. Gonna tell more story. Um, my plan for this evening is to do a little exploration. We've seen a lot of the politics of the hidden world. And there's still a lot to explore there. However, I have some things to visit. We have some stories to tell about the human world. Have some mysteries to solve. So, what I'd like to do is to, if um, one of you, or if any of you have some human world scenes and stories you want to tell this evening, to let me know during the break, and we'll sort through that. I think what we will do first is we will cut to a modest-sized cottage. You know, the aesthetic is very much cottagecore meets fae shenanigans. Very flowery, very cute. It's a nice modest cottage. And the camera like travels, and as the door opens, you see that it is in fact bigger on the inside. Can you imagine that? A fake cottage that's bigger on the inside. But the inside definitely doesn't match the outside. It is a rather large, yes, not quite. It's like a really large uh two-story house, you know, a decently sized modern house on the inside. Um, it's it's got that modern black and white aesthetic. Um, you know, white walls, black furniture. Um, very much that mood. So uh, it's definitely different from what the outside appears to be. And just it looks like an ordinary house, um, where the main floor has, you know, open concept, open concept sort of vibes. Living room, dining area, kitchen. You know, things you'd find in a house. Um, But as the camera travels to the second floor, it travels all the way to an office where it's an office slash library slash den. A there's a humanoid looking figure with, I would almost say, like aquatic features, um like a rounded dolphin nose. Definitely has like aquatic water features. Not a mermaid or anything like that, but definitely has like animal-esque features, dolphin features on her face. And she is looking at Lieutenant Fernside's letter, considering this. Um, and she normally doesn't have any interest in rooting, but this face looks like it is in um, contemplation. Then you see the letter just kind of get tossed, not in the fire, but just in not even like a garbage can, just like a box. And then what you see later after this person leaves, a kind of a hedgehog looking little figure dig Albina's letter out from this bin and run away with it. Um, and yeah, just as a little kind of introductory scene, you also see this hedgehog turn into a humanoid form, a very short, kind of a rounder belly, little chubby, little kid-sized, like humanoid figure. And you see him kind of sneaking around somewhere in this house, grabbing a couple of things, the pendants that Albina has received, and he strings them onto a necklace. It's in a box. Right? He writes the note and is the one that leaves this package for Albina. So after you've received this package and you've worn this necklace, you don't know if it's coincidence or if it's something else. You start to see the double fish symbol everywhere you go again. It has nothing to do with the kid you saw last time, but you do start to see it in the clouds, in you know, leaves falling, or not leaves, like, is it the pine cones from the pine trees or whatever falling? There's different patterns. You've got, you know, The world is trying to show you signs. Um, yeah, for the next couple of days, you start to see this. Um, and I want to ask Albina, where, what are you doing first thing in the morning usually?
It's like breakfast with the rest of the recruits and a little bit of training with them. But yeah, first thing it would be like head count for the day.
Okay. And so your morning routine goes off about a hitch. And then something very unusual happens. A tiny little hummingbird lands on your head. And
So,
it starts
oh,
and it starts chirping at you.
hi, hello, hi.
Feel it kind of jumping on your head now excitedly because you've paid attention to it.
I hold my hand out like a Disney princess and see if I can get it to stop jumping on my head.
It does carefully step onto your hand, and there is a tiny little voice that just says, "Follow me," and then it zooms.
I'm like, okay, and if it zooms, I'll switch into my Fey form, which I turn into a little stoat, which is like a weaselly type creature. It's like a ferret almost, and I just okay turn into this little dark colored stoat and go frolicking after it.
Eventually, you come to a point where city, the main city, the woods, come to this point where the city kind of fades behind you, and you are met with a. It is a kind of lush forest, um, and an enclave of nature. This would be the house of um, fauna and flora's kind of domain if they had one. Like that's their kind of favored domain. But you are led into this woodsy area of the hidden world, and eventually your hummingbird friend stops at um a large tree, like a really old tree that seems like it's glowing actually. As a very magical kind of central point in the woodlands. And the little hummingbird uh, grows in size into the humanoid form of a small child. And then she says, "Rocky, I found her." And you see a little like hedgehog like creature come from behind the tree, also transforms into a childlike creature. And he says, "You know you could do it, sis.
Yeah, I'll
Good
turn
job."
back human or humanish again. Hello.
So these twins, they sit down cross-legged, like chilling against the giant magical tree, and they say, "So we wanted to talk to you as yes." And they kind of like their girl, the female appearing Fae child hesitates a little bit. And the one that was called Rocky was like, "Come on, you can go ahead and say it. You need practice speaking to people." And then he rolls his eyes and he says, "So our mom was reading a bunch of letters and I found yours. And like, my mom's kind of mean sometimes and she doesn't like let people into her, like, I don't know. I don't really understand what she does, but I just anyway, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I just like to mess with my mom's stuff. And I found your letter and I was like, well, maybe if we help this person, it'll like annoy mom." So literally you are just dealing with a pair of troublemaking twins.
Great. Well, you shouldn't go through your mom's stuff, and I give him a big wink, though, to, you know.
"It's fine. There aren't any adults here." And he looks around and he's like, "I hope not."
I mean, you
"Are
do
you
have to be
sure?"
careful. Some people are very tricky and very subtle.
And and then he just elbows his sister. It's like, "Trixie, are you sure there aren't any adults here?" And she's like, "I mean, I checked." And these two go back and forth a little bit. And she's like, "Look, I'm doing my best." And then they're like, "Okay, so I don't know if you really want to join up with my mom." Um, Trixie finally speaks up. "I mean, like, haven't seen new people at the house in years. So I don't even think she'd let you in, even if you wanted to. But I mean, maybe we can help you. Why do you even want to join Mom's guild anyway? It's super boring."
Well, you see, I'm actually seeing if anybody had come in or out of the house recently. I it's a little surprising to hear that nobody's been seen there lately.
"Well, what I mean is nobody new. Everyone goes in and out all the time. But what I'm saying is I don't think anyone's been or I don't think any new people have been allowed access to the house in like, I don't know, at least as long as I can remember. I mean, I've always seen the same people since I was like super little."
What happens at the house?
Rocky speaks up and he says, "I don't know, adult stuff. They have meetings. They talk about stuff in like hushed whispers and they talk about the human world. Um, they Rocky looks like he's thinking really hard. What did they say that one time? Something about secrets holding power." And Trixie's just like, "Yeah, they talk about secrets a lot."
You must be very trusted if they let you sit on in on meetings.
Are you
It's a
kidding? They
big job.
never let us do anything fun. Everything we know, we just kind of overheard because we were sneaking around.
Do you want to know a secret though?
Ooh, tell us.
Sneaking is a really big talent. I bet your mom is setting you up to be really good and sneaky, and that they actually
Yeah.
want you listening in, and that you're doing a really good job at it, or else they wouldn't even let you anywhere nearby. I think you're supposed to overhear things. And, like you just said, secrets have power. I think you guys have a lot of power. It's really impressive.
And Rocky just says, yeah, but we never get to do anything with it. Mom says we're not old enough to do anything official. And you see the twins both simultaneously do air quotes. Official.
What, you mean like walk between here and the human world?
Yeah. Mom says we have to wait until we're grown up, Faye, for that.
I mean, yeah, the human world can be a little dangerous, so she's not wrong. But you guys seem very brave and very smart, so I'm sure with just a little bit of time, you'll soon be trusted. They already trust you with so much. Who have you seen come in and out of the house?
So I don't know if you know this, but my mom works with the human world. Trixie like leans in like really quiet. I know that we're not supposed to share this, but Albina's wearing her military uniform, correct?
Yeah.
She's like, you're in the new military. You interact with humans too, right? So I guess
Oh,
I guess we
yeah.
can talk to you about this.
Oh, yeah, I know all about the human world. Yeah.
So there's this lady visits sometimes. She's not one of us though. We're pretty sure. Like 75%? And she whispers to her brother. And her brother's like, no, more than that. Like 90% sure she's human. I don't know. Her name, what was her name? And he's like, Sophia Lovelace. She's been coming over, and I'm pretty sure she's the only human that's ever been inside the house.
She must be really important then.
We don't actually know, but we do know that she comes around every so often. She's someone our mom really trusts. Anyway, the only reason we came to tell you is because maybe something fun will happen if we tell you, because, like, don't get to do anything because we're kids. Plus, the necklace is really pretty, and I just thought maybe you'd like to have one.
I do. I love it. Now I'll pull it out from under my collar and jingle it at them to show them that I've been wearing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the moon is for the Guild of Whispers, and the twin symbol, two fishies, is because they're twins, and it's also the symbol of the ruling house. And I found it somewhere at our house, and nobody else really wears it. And I was just like, well, fighters keepers.
Well, here,
So
if you want to have fun, and I'll pop off 2 buttons off the cuffs of my jacket. I'll deal with that later. I'll hand them the little gold buttons from the cuffs of my jacket.
and I think Rocky will like the twins will like take off each other's necklaces and find a way to like hang the buttons onto their necklace to like keep as a memento.
Well, I had fun. Did you have fun?
Oh, that's really fun. Can we visit you again?
Of course. And I mean, I would love to hear more about the human world. Like you said, I'm in the military, so I know all about it. So, we could compare notes and keep having more fun. And yeah.
I don't really know. We don't really know anything about the human world. I guess part of the reason we wanted to talk to you was because we wanted to hear more about the human world. Because I mean, we never get to do anything. We're not old enough to.
I think you're excellent at listening because you already know more than I do sometimes. So I think if you just keep listening, you're going to learn a lot. And if there's something that confuses you with what you hear, you can ask me about it.
Okay, thanks. And you'll like the kids stand up and like give you a
Yeah.
give you
I'm
a
like
hug.
a
Like
little stiff.
they're tall enough to like just thanks. Yeah. And we promise not to tell anyone about anything.
Me too.
And
Secrets.
they stick their pinkies out, and it's like a triple pinky swear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pinky
And
swears are binding.
oh, I agree. Oh, it's everybody knows that. Everyone knows that.
And then they say, see you around. We'll come by again. And then they transform back into their like fey forms and commit it to memory their fey shapes, which is hummingbird and hedgehog.
Yeah, and I'll change back into my face shape and stoat my little way across. And when I get back to the barracks, though, still in stoat form, I'm gonna find one of the other recruits' jackets that are like lying somewhere, and I'm gonna gnaw 2 gold buttons off the cuff of that jacket and steal those buttons, and later
Get
sew
them
them
in
back
trouble.
onto my jacket. Yeah, get them in trouble instead of me.
Perfect. So as Lieutenant Fernside comes away with new friends and new information, we are going to take a 15-minute break. We are going to run some ads, grab some medicines, hydrate, do the things. Make sure you hydrate and take your meds, do all the things. We'll be back in 15 minutes after these messages. Bye.
everybody.
Hey, we're back. And so is Buddy, who has decided to be noisy and hang out on his cage. So that's great. Um, we are back. Uh, right before the break, we saw the Lieutenant Fernside make some new friends because apparently she is a magnet for child-sized fae. Isn't the first. It wasn't the first time. It may not be the last. Who knows? Um, as we shift gears, we are gonna check in on Cornelia really quick. I want to ask number one how Cornelia is feeling with the early decree that has been sent to the Court of Splendors, to the House of Hues.
Oh, I think outwardly she is livid, along with the rest of her house, because it's never a question that the House of Hughes is going to have some power. It has always been them. There are so many of us. How could it not be? Inwardly, she's a little relieved. She
With
strives for power, but it was also like stressful to have that hanging over her head as well as the internal moves she's trying to make.
Yeah, I'm sure that there is a spider-shaped fae out there that once said, with great power comes great responsibility. um, yeah, I made that reference, y'all.
Of the flora and fauna house, of course.
Of course, there's full of wisdom in the house of fauna and flora. There is so uh the royal blues and all of the other hues are at a part of the House of Hues, and this this decree comes in from the very is received by the very top. You know, we'll call them the golden hues. There's very few of them, but they are kind of they are
Easy
the
answer too.
1%.
Yeah.
They are they are the 1% of the House of Hues. So all of the heads of the different hues answer um to the royal golds. There's literally like actually no, there's the like rose gold, the white gold, yellow gold. There's like three of them. They're less of a house and more like a council. Like
Yeah,
there's
the
they're
council.
like they're a the council of golds. They're a governing board. They keep the House of Hughes under control because there's so many of you. But there's literally maybe like three or four of them, and they're like, we don't know what we're doing. But the
We don't know that.
decree goes, they don't. No, they're like at the very top. They're what is it closer to the sky? Closer to the sky. Um.
Is there a fool's
Anyway,
gold?
so he's the youngest of the council, and nobody listens to him because he's full of
Oh,
scold.
poor baby.
Yeah, younger child problems, but
Mhm.
he's the youngest of the council. Never take him seriously. Um, and so this decree gets passed down, and when it finally comes to the royal blues, yeah, there is a sense of there's definitely a lot of grumbling in the kind of more old school traditional royal blues. They're not feeling this. You definitely hear some now kind of declaring they think the queen is making bad decisions and is incompetent. And then you hear other people that are like, she's a child, what do you expect? And there's like these
All
different
this bickering.
whispers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody has opinions about what the queen is doing via this decree. And yeah, the younger the younger hues, especially the hues of like brighter colors, like sunshiny brighter colors, they're like there's a level of excitement that you might detect as kind of generational, because like, oh, things are going to change, and things will be different. So that's the energy, and you almost feel like there's a bit of a generational gap, not just within your house, but if Cornelia were to venture out and meet up with other hues,
I think she'd at least hear murmurings coming from the other houses.
other
Mhm.
yeah. um okay, so then I have a question.
Mhm.
There are so many hues in the House of Hues, but do you think that Cornelia interacts with other hues outside of the royal blues?
Oh, does she? She is so very young. I don't
Well, I
think,
mean,
yeah.
she probably feels real out of place within the royal blues. Maybe she's ventured out.
It is odd for her. She has an older sister, Carmen, who colors the blue carnations, who definitely does associate with other hues that color the other colors of carnations. So she has, it's not unheard of for hues to have friend groups throughout the House of Hues. Cornelia is pretty singular. There's only one color of cornflower, so I don't think she has inherently strove to make friends outside of her own family. Maybe the occasional indigo. Just it's not
Mm,
something she has really focused on. She has been so singular in her focus to rise within her own
okay,
home.
yeah. I was just wondering about that. You by virtue of being the youngest, you hear a few things,
Hmm.
especially from your sibling, Carmen, who is what would be considered a social butterfly.
She is.
And yeah, there's definitely an excitement and, kind of the energy of like, a young ruler. Maybe she'll understand us.
Right.
Um, so one of the things that kind of shift in the royal hues in particular is that all of the kind of seasonal leaders, the seasonal hues, it's almost like they have shifted their focus entirely inward now, because they don't have to consider the big picture the same way that they always had to.
Hmm.
So two things happen as a result in terms of kind of like the temperature or the vibe of your house. Number one, your Uncle Ambrose. It's not like he reverts back to a more stern persona, but he's definitely been more withdrawn from,
A little bit colder.
yeah, as usual, more withdrawn than usual.
Hmm.
So that is the first thing you notice specifically. And the second thing you notice is an increase in efficiency with the winter blues specifically, because they are all just kind of working on their tasks for the winter. This is their season. They've become more focused on that and not so much on anything else. Um, yeah, so as a result, the winter blues have kind of, I don't know, they seem that much more distant than usual.
Interesting. As they're like hard focused on
They're
their season.
yeah, they're tunnel visioning at this point. It's like, well, those politics are not our problem anymore. So they have kind of decided they, for a multitude of reasons, are not interested as a unit to consider politics as
Hmm.
a priority in the same way that they used to when the House of Hughes had more power. However, the rest of the Royal Blues are still very interested in the politics, and they are keeping an eye on the shift, specifically the Spring Blues. The Summer Blues and the Fall Blues, they're kind of just vibing still. It's party time. They're
Yeah.
not responsible for
Their job's
anything.
over. They got a while.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. They're like, this is like winter break. We're good. So they're they seem unaffected from your perspective.
I think we would
What
find Cornelia on one of these mornings, shortly after the decree has been passed, having breakfast with her sister Carmen and maybe some of the other spring blues. Um, and she will just gently bring up, so, um, what do you all think of the new queen? There seems to be quite a buzz.
I think your sister Carmen is, she looks very thoughtful, and she's just this elegant, um, you know, humanoid shape. Like her hair is blue that is so dark that it almost looks black.
Hmm.
She's been experimenting with her aesthetic a little bit because she's been hanging out with some indigos. You know, there's a lot of things you don't know about your sister. Where
She's always so busy.
um, yeah, and full social calendar, full whatever
She has
she does. You
friends
don't
with a
really know.
concept.
Yeah, she's one of those like fair-skinned people who's trying the dark hair vibe
Mhm,
right now. So for the winter, she's got like super dark navy blue hair to the point
mhm,
that it almost looks black. And she's been experimenting with her looks with her clique, her friends.
mhm.
And she's like, well, the squad and I think that Queen Lolly, she's Queen Lolly is the best thing that could happen to us. She brings a new perspective. And let me tell you, when spent decades and decades of listening to the same voices tell us what to do, Cornelia, this is good for all of us. Change
I'm
is good for all of us.
I'm inclined to agree, and I love that you're using some of the new military lingo that we've acquired from the humans. Squad.
Well, uh, so mm, one of the Indigos has like a cousin whose partner's sibling is part of the new military. Yeah, it's like it's a whole thing. And you know, darling sister, it would benefit you to mingle with the rest of the Hughes. I mean, it's not like you're expected to go out into the world beyond our house. But the House of Hughes is so vast. I think it would benefit you to learn from the bright, sunshiny perspectives of the Royal Yellows, or the, deeper thoughtful perspectives of the royal indigos. I mean, I worry about you, my dear sibling. Why are you always by your lonesome? It would benefit you to put yourself out there.
It's not like I have anyone else that I don't have coworkers, so to speak, as you do. There are so very many colors of carnations. I find myself quite lonely in my occupation. How does one make friends if not through work?
Sorry. Well, tell you a secret. If you find other Fae who share an interest, like um experimenting with hair, and she gestures at her new hair color, or fashion, and she's actually wearing one of those um dresses like the one that you wore to meet with your uncle, but
Oh,
it's one of those really funky color shifting
yeah.
ones, but they're um yeah, so you can't tell if it's yellow or orange. It's
Ooh,
a different. She's a royal blue, but she's also like
it's
she's
experimenting.
definitely she's definitely like what you would consider the worldly sibling
Mhm.
who's like put herself out there. And she basically just challenges Cornelia, and she's like, once you figure out who you are, what you enjoy, and what you like to do, outside of what the House of Hughes expects you to do, that will be when the world opens up to you.
And you almost see Cornelia blue screen. It just does not
Yeah.
process for her to have hobbies. I mean, she's found other ways to occupy herself when she's not doing her job, but it's always something that's in the interest of the house. It's never something that's just for her.
um, I lost track of my bird for a moment. He's under my chair. Um, yeah, and I think her older sister, Carmen, just stands up and pets pats her little sister on the head and says, "Have you considered music, maybe?" And she just chuckles, like as teasing, and she she just says, "Well, it was nice having breakfast with you, dear. Um, just think about what I said. You are a wonderful, sweet person, and I adore you. And it would be such a shame to it's such a shame for me to see you spend so much time on your own."
And Cornelia's just going to quietly nod and go back to her toast.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where Carmen is definitely an affectionate sibling. She might be
Mhm.
the only sibling you do not outright hate. And she just gives you like a kiss on the forehead and walks off. I think she's the only sibling you genuinely have felt actually cares about you.
Oh,
All of the other
yeah.
siblings, all of the other siblings are kind of jerks, but Carmen in particular, she has a very open heart by comparison, and I think that like nobody ever talks about having beef with Carmen, and there's a reason for that. Number one, she's not just stuck within the confines of the royal blues. She removes herself from that noise and does other things. Um, but just her temperament, she's not very competitive, which is super weird. Because you would think because carnations are everywhere, like, other hues, she'd feel something. But no, she's just the chillest sibling.
No, she's always
So
occupied. She has found her friend group. She has found what makes her happy. Why compete if she's already got what she wants?
look, nobody's going to say it out loud, but every royal blue is thinking it. Carmen is the epitome of what winning looks like.
Yes.
They are all low-key jealous of Carmen.
I think Cornelia is a little bit too, but that jealousy is definitely under the affection that she feels for her sister. And as she continues munching on her breakfast, she's like, music. I should take up music. That seems like a good
I
way to
think it
meet
was
people.
like I think it was like a genuine suggestion, but also kind of being cheeky at the same time.
And Cornelia did not comprehend the cheekiness aspect. She's just like, my sister has told me music is the way to go, so that is what I'm going to do. Just, that's how her mind
Cue
works.
Y'all have done
Cornelia's
it. You made
pop
me feel sorry for Cornelia.
Oh.
Cornelia's pop star era, pop idol era.
She's
Hey,
going to look
look,
into getting music lessons and hopefully with a group rather than private lessons, which is a big step for her. She's not around people unless she has to be or is trying to make a power move, which she might consider this a power move to be in a more public eye. But I think she is going to genuinely attempt to have fun.
I will leave you with this for the moment as you inquire about group music lessons. There is a group of Royal Blues taking music lessons.
Oh.
They are on the younger side. They are like younger cousins. You are like on the younger side, so
Mhm.
but you are still somewhat older than this group.
Mhm.
But there, but there is a group. There is a group. Um, there's a group of Royal Blues taking piano lessons and things like that. Like a whole mini orchestra of Royal Blues
There's certainly
training.
enough of us, yes.
you know so there are opportunities for Cornelia to learn music within the group context. um you also know that the family employs a musical tutor. um yeah, a songbird, if you will.
Oh.
because the royal because the Royal Blues love employing birds specifically. No, just no reason, just because it's a theme. Um, so yeah, I'm going to leave Cornelia to ponder that, and I'm going to say hi to Lily for a hot minute. Hello, Lily.
Hello, hello.
So Vera is
Hmm.
in full damage control mode. The stakes have never been higher because
Right.
now the House of Illusions stands to gain a lot from this.
Hmm. Yes.
But
Yeah.
the Birchbark family, it hinges upon the Birchbark family, um, you know, stepping up and figuring stuff out.
Right. Of course.
And the main thing is consolidating power in the House of Illusionists. The Grahams and the Birchbarks, they're about as top tier as you get. They're
Right.
high powered illusionists, they're influential within the Court of Splendors. You just gotta get it together.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, and also kind of like low key, just tell your sister to chill because she's trying,
Right.
but she's not trying hard enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, she's kind of she's kind of ruining the whole engagement thing right now. So uh, I think I feel like Vera actually wants to have like a conversation with both her parents and her sister. That seems like a lot of NPCs to play for you, Anne, though. So maybe just her
It's
sister.
okay. It's okay. We can make it work. I played twins. I can at least do two. Um, Pick a parent. I don't know.
Okay, so her
um,
mom and her sister. Let's make it all gals together.
set this whole thing up, and your mother actually says, your mother actually says, I've been meaning to get you girls together for tea, actually. I received word of the decree recently, and we have some things to discuss. Um, so the tea gets set up at, and your mom insists on hosting the two of you. It is a it's a very fancy, elegant tea room that she has that is very whimsical in nature. Um, and it's magic infused, and it shifts color so it doesn't look like what it seems to look like. You know, just a little magical spark of illusion magic there, you know. Uh just like how the dress looks like a different color in the different light. It is actually a member of the House of Illusions that started that trend of different
Yeah,
clothes and different things looking different in different light. Yeah, no, it was totally like a fashion designer from the House of Illusions that decided that needed to be a trend, and now
yeah.
they're famous. And they've inflicted that on the human world to confuse them.
I mean, that part was really supposed to be like a joke. Like, I feel like that was probably Vera and Eleonora, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, let's see if they'll fall for this." And then they were like, "Wait, they took it seriously?"
Yeah, they have legit arguments about this, and the twins would laugh about it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it was fat, or it was never meant to be like fashion that left the hidden world. It was just, you know. But then the twins were like, "Yeah, LOL, let's mess with the humans," and then it actually messed with them.
yeah,
So the entire landscape of your meeting is actually one big color changing landscape, and it's very much like your mom's expression of like playfulness and creativity, the way she uses her magic to decorate her tea room. And you see kind of the shades of blue that uh, are the theme of the room. Like there's like a sea blue that's kind of bluish green, and like a sky blue sort of situation, depending on the angle you're sitting at. Um, just so it fits kind of the winter theme, sort of very loosely, because she's not that. Anyway, she sits down and says, I'm so glad to see the two of you take the time to have this tea with me. I understand that uh, as we've gotten older, as you've gotten older, you've been quite busy, and you see Eleonora kind of just smile and nod in a way where she's kind of trying to hold back like laughter. Um, and as your mom turns to you and says, "Vera, how are you, darling? I saw the newsletter and the rumors."
So, can it be that she has gotten Sylvan's letter that was um, dictated by Knox at the beginning of the episode by now?
Oh yeah, by all means, decide when you receive it.
Yeah, so I think she's gotten the letter and she read it, and I think actually that she was like ready to call like a meeting um almost at the same time as she got the invitation from her mom. So it's like, okay, cool. Um, and and she's like, look, we there is some stuff going on. Mother, I don't know how much you actually pay attention to the court happenings, but that gossip seemed as if it might actually be true. And other people are talking about it. Listen, our name is starting to get dragged through the mud, and we got to stop this. And sorry, Eleanor, but most of this is your fault.
Um, Eleonora looks horribly offended, but she can't actually say that it isn't. So she just kind of, and she like kind of starts talking, goes to start talking, and then she stops like, uh, mm, and she lowers her head like, and then your mom shows the letter that was addressed. Wait, not Knox. The letter was to um
Vera.
both parents, to Vera's. No, but there was another. What did
No,
you?
Vera sent one to Sylvan's
To
parents.
Sylvan's parents,
Okay,
yeah.
Sylvan sent
sorry,
one
I
to
got.
Vera and one to Albina.
Okay, I got the
Yeah.
parent thing mixed up, and I think Vera sees her mom kind of sigh, like I'm trying so hard as a parent, kind of exasperated sigh, and she says, kind of looking pointedly at your at Eleonora, we have done the best that we could to provide proper etiquette lessons and other behavioral modification, behavioral training. I absolutely recognize what you are saying, Vera, darling, but there's only so much I can do as a parent to instill discipline on my children. It is unfortunate that only one of you understood the assignment, and she kind of glares at Eleonora. And Eleonora just says, what am I supposed to do when the assignment is so boring and stuffy? Ugh.
And I think Vera's going to say, look, we all like causing mischief, but this is going too far and you got to rein yourself in. I don't know what to tell you. Like, maybe you need to start looking at finding uh, someone to court or someone to, you know, get married to.
She immediately makes like the most like squicked out face about that, and she says, "Ah, I don't know. I don't feel it. Like that's not how I feel towards people. I don't know. Like I don't know, okay? Do you really expect me to like do the whole courtship thing? Mom." And she just starts kind of whining, and she just says, "Oh, headache. Okay. Eleonora, darling, I am not expecting you to court anyone or get involved in anything romantic. You still have the freedom not to. I just wish you would find more productive uses of your time, my dear. Your sister carries the weight of this family. The least you could do is not make it harder for her. And Eleanor just says, you know what? Nobody understands me in this family. And she kind of just storms out of the room and like kind of slams the door behind her. And she says, and your mother says to you, Vera, I will do my best with Eleonora, but I can only do so much. I can only do so much. But
I
I'm
mean,
so proud of you, sweetie. You are
why don't
doing so
you
great.
send her? You know what? I've this idea of the military. At first, I thought, oh, that's really stupid. Why are we copying the humans? But maybe that could actually like turn out good for Eleanor. I mean, look at Albina. She's so much more disciplined now.
I mean, Lieutenant Fernside has come a long way. I do have to respect her journey. Still don't quite understand why we have a military myself, but
You don't have to
sometimes,
understand it, but it feels like that might be a good place for Eleonora. So she'll be both out of the way and learning how to like just not be so much.
well, 50% of Fey politics is just pretending you understand. So, what am don't tell your father I said that. He takes this stuff very seriously. Um, in any case, I will figure something out with your sister and keep doing what you're doing. And as the decree says, as soon as we clean up house, this is it. We're going to get exactly what we've been aiming for. I know it's a lot of pressure to put on your shoulders, my dear,
Oh, I'm
but
fine. I don't feel pressured at all. I'm ready to make this engagement as real as it possibly can. And like the sooner for the wedding, the better. Not just because I want to get closer to Sylvan, but also because that will very much, tidy up all of our loose ends and make sure that we have the power that we deserve here in the court.
well, you and Sylvan have always been really cute together. I remember when you three were younger and the three of you always did everything together and things were so much simpler. I I hope that growing up and maturing hasn't ruined your bond. It certainly has made a mess of your sister and you see her mom glance over her shoulder at the exit of the tea room.
And I think Farah is like, well, I'm telling you, the military. And like she leaves her mom with like this whisper that like echoes in her ears that's like, military, military, send Eleanor to the military.
Twin sister military arc incoming. Okay. I think she'll just consider this and she'll say, it's been so long since we've had a proper tea. I'm glad that you at least have stuck around. The two of you have always been a handful, but I've never been more fulfilled as a parent. I just, I don't know. I feel like I missed something along the way with Eleonora. I'm just struggling to keep up as a parent, but I'm glad you're doing okay. Um, hey, at least I did 50% of my job correctly.
Vera definitely lasted that.
Your mom gives a kind of half-hearted, almost forced chuckle at her own joke because it's a little too real for her. And then you get um, your mom reaches for the teapot and says, "More tea, darling."
Of course.
Yeah. And I think that we can end the scene right there. Knox, are
I
you?
I was gonna say, can Sylvan have gotten the letters by now?
I
I love
mean,
it.
by all means, you are free to decide the timing of that together. I'm gonna say it doesn't require a resolve token just for the sake of it. Yeah, okay. So we have checked in with Vera, got a little bit of an Albina focus, talked to Cornelia. Um, so um we check in with Dulcinea for a bit because we actually we actually have a bit to unpack with Dulcinea. Dulcinea's had a few issues over the last few days. Letters that have been unsent or unread, depending on the timing, and just the chaos of um, events that have happened. Knox, what's happened with Dulcinea over the past week?
So Dulcinea had gone to visit her sister Persephone, and Persephone, being her usual self, irritated the hell out of Dulcinea, um, causing an argument where Dulcinea ended up biting Persephone. And so she has spent a week in the flower bed of folly as a flower, which is what happens when a fae bites another fae in this universe. Is they turn into a flower. So Dulcinea has just stopped being a flower. Is like, damn it, not again. Looks at the plaque in the flower bed with her name on it as the
It
record of the most times turning into a flower.
it it increases by one.
Yep, and she's just like, and
It
all those
actually,
times I bit my sister.
yeah, actually goes from 68 to 69.
Nice. And so she just brushes herself off and it's like, well, I suppose I should go check on Elia. And so she goes home. Um, sure, probably to wait. Probably there's a letter waiting for her from her sister that she just tears up and throws away without reading it
Into the fire.
into the fire,
Um,
and just walks in. Says hi to the squirrels, hi to the birds, hi to the cats.
um,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
you actually see one of the like influential like squirrel like sign language instructors,
Mm-hmm.
because while Dulcinea was in the flower bed of folly, uh, this particular squirrel has been tutoring Elia in the Fey sign language. So Elia's been doing all right, just hanging out with some squirrels.
Having a great time with the squirrels.
Oh, that's good. Dulcinea is gonna probably pause when she sees because she's been a flower for this whole time. She hasn't seen the rumor that spread. And so she comes home, she's like going through her mail, like, yeah, oh, that's from Persephone, burn it, you know. And then she sees first the rumor sheet with all of them. She goes, oh, wow, Sylvan Graham is not going to be proposing to Vera Birchbark. Okay, not see that coming. Ooh, the blues. Cornelia's not going to like that. Oh, no. Oh, no, that one's me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm the problem here. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. And then she's going to put that one, and then she's going to see the one with, like, her silhouette, and she goes, oh, I really am the problem. Oh, I probably should have read that letter from my sister.
And you have a letter from me as well.
Then she's she's gonna get her letter from Cornelia.
Oh yeah.
We can just not address that
Dulcinea.
for now.
Dulcinea is catching up with her mail, and she's sitting at her desk or whatever pretty chair throne of flora that she sits on to check her mail. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just
How
going through everything, and then she sees a letter from Cornelia and reads it and goes, why do I have a feeling she's the one who said something? I just have a feeling. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Elia. Yeah. Oh, she's not gonna like this. Okay. And she's gonna pick up the mail and like go look for Elia, probably.
Elia's like sitting under a tree reading a book surrounded by squirrels, and she's actually reading the book out loud to the squirrels.
Yeah, I think Dulcinea like comes in a panic, but then sees and is like, "Oh, she looks happy." Oh,
they're the squirrels are doing their sign language thing to translate the words and teach Elia, and it's the cutest thing. Elia may or may not be a Disney princess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, Dulcinea would just watch for a bit, because Elia just looks so content reading a book to the squirrels, and the squirrels like are teaching her, and she looks so happy and calm. And Dulcinea realizes that Elia does not look like this when Dulcinea is around.
No. Oh no. Yeah, I
Like
think as I'm reading, I look up to show the squirrels a picture in the book, and I glance and I see Dulcinea, and oh, well, hi, you're back.
Yeah, I think she can kind of see something change a little bit in Elia and just be like
a little rigidness kicks in, and she like sits up a bit straighter and like inhales through her nose a bit and like fortifies herself.
Yeah. I think Dulcinea would just watch actually and go, you look busy. I'll come back later.
Oh no,
And
I'm
she's
sorry,
just
you've been away. It's okay.
no, finish the book. The squirrels seem to be enjoying it. And she's
Okay.
gonna turn around actually and walk back into the house.
Yeah, and I'll keep reading to the squirrels because I don't quite get it. This is very new. The Fae are just very strange to me. And yeah, I don't quite pick up on the nuance of sadness.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do not have a monologue token as a facilitator. It is the only token I do not have access to. But if someone else would like to have Dulcinea monologue, that would be really nice. everybody has their token.
I think
Make sure you reset it.
Is it the little MT? Because I'll give her mine as because I
Yeah.
got the Elliot connection. I'm like, I want to see where this goes. So yeah, you can have my monologue token.
Okay.
I'll make sure that it is.
Gotta
tracked,
explain to me what this means, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Hold on.
It just sounded like a fun thing to do, so we're gonna do it.
Okay, so a monologue token is a once per cycle token that resets at upkeep, and you can offer it, you can spend it, and uh, whoever you want to monologue, like the scene stops and the person you want to monologue will have to like either actually monologue or just describe their internal thoughts. And that could be either their internal thoughts on the current scene, or, you could ask a question that you want to find out their internal thoughts about.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Arcady, anything specific you want?
Oh no! What I want is you to go off.
Oh God. Okay.
Just
This
like
gets
whatever that, not even a mean way, but like go off on whatever way you want. Like
yeah.
I want to know what she's thinking.
All right. So I say it like the character. Is that how it works? Like her inner monologue, kind of.
You can either like actually monologue, or you can just describe like her state of mind and what her thoughts are if you don't feel comfortable monologuing.
No,
It's
that's
kind
good. I
of
just want
like
to make sure
the
I'm doing it right. Okay. So I think Dulcinea like walks to the top of where she lives. There's like a balcony with trees surrounding it, um, and it's where like a lot of the like creatures that live in the trees will come and hang out with Dulcinea. Um, and I think she like perches kind of literally against the tree, and one of the we'll say a cat because mine won't shut up. A cat just kind of slinks through and sits in front of her and just like, you know, and Dulcinea just starts going, she'll, you know, I thought that bringing Elia here would make things better for both of us. You know, I after Persephone got married, she she's such a bitch. She's such a bitch, Persephone, and she thinks she's so much better than me just because she makes friends easier and she got she got married and she's always trying to throw it in my face, and the house has been so empty since she left. And I don't know, Elia just felt different, but it wasn't like with Cornelia where I wasn't sure if I was friends just because I was from a high up house. Elia didn't care. I mean, that I'm a fae and, you know, but maybe I just made her unhappy too. And, well, I know you like me. You're supposed to like me. Yes, you're a very lovely cat. I get it. You love me. I know. I appreciate it. I do. I do appreciate you. I promise. I know. Maybe we need a smaller house where you can move in. Do you want to move in? I just, I want Elia to be happy. And I thought, I mean, I have magic. I could definitely make things easier for her and her family. And, maybe help her be less alone, but maybe she just likes being alone or likes it more when I'm not there.
First of all, excellent use of cap, and second, that was so sad. Okay. Um, so as Dulcinea walks away, is there anything else that's kind of gonna happen there, or are we calling it good for that? Do they talk again later?
I think Dulcinea would kind of just stay up there for a while, and if Elia comes to her, then Elia comes to her, and if not,
Yeah, I think after she's done, she gets to a end of a chapter with the squirrels and puts a bookmark in it and says, "Thank you. You guys are such wonderful listeners. Thank you. This was great. I need to go see my friend though because I haven't seen her for a while. Thank you. We'll do this later."
You
Wave.
see excited, like, squirrel hand gestures and things, and you're learning the basics. You even see two cute little squirrel kids, and they're running around, and you're like, yay, bye, like squeaky noises. And they run off because Elia is totally a Disney princess.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I'd go knock on Dulcinea's door.
Yeah, I think Dulcinea hears it and kind of like straightens up a bit and like fey magics so that she doesn't look like she's been upset. Puts the cat down, just like, oh hey, sorry, I just wanted to I'm back, so I just thought I'd say hi. That was
Oh
all.
yeah, did
I
you
mean
did you?
interrupt.
Oh, you didn't. It's fine. Did you have a good visit, or do you need to rage? What are we feeling right now?
I'm perfectly fine. It was
Dolls. You're never just fine. Was
no
it that
really.
bad?
It's perfectly fine. I'm getting used to my sister. I just thought I should let you know that there's a rumor going around that there was a human at court. So we might need to be a bit careful.
Oh no. I I knew it was a bad idea to go to the ceremony. It was the birds in the hair. They drew too much attention, didn't they?
I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I have my suspicions. Um, who could possibly have done it, and if it's who I think it is, that's gonna be fun. But no, it's nothing to worry about. I
Is it
just
okay?
thought I'd
Really? What happens if they find me?
nothing.
Then why is it such a big deal?
Because technically you're not supposed to be here.
So I just get sent back, right? Or do you
Yeah.
turn me into a flower too? Is it like the biting thing? What?
No. It's not like the biting thing. I mean, I could turn you into a flower, but
I
that's not
don't want
like a. Yeah, I'm not gonna turn you into a flower. It's fine. It's fine, Elia. There's nothing for you to worry
You
about.
you 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 do know that you have the magic to turn her into a flower. You do
Yeah,
also know that if she bites you, nothing happens because
nothing
she's
will
not a
happen.
fae.
yeah. Like it's nothing like that. No. Um, the consequences would be more for me than you. So we would just take you home.
Oh,
Tell your family that my sister had to come back home early, so and you were a little homesick, and we brought you. No, you wouldn't have to worry about anything. It's all fine, anyways. But I do think I should go visit somebody.
okay. Well, look, I'm here for you, whether you're fine or fine
I'm
or
fine. Yeah.
not.
Oh, and I did deliver your letter before I went to go see my sister. So your
Oh,
family got
thank
your
you.
letter. There's nothing to worry
Yeah,
about.
I didn't know squirrels didn't do that. It's very confusing here sometimes.
I
It's
I, I
lovely,
didn't think about it. Yeah. No.
but it's a lot.
No. They're teach. Well, you know now. You've been learning. You did a really great job with the sign language. You're doing
I
wonderfully.
say thank you and squirrel.
Yeah. You're doing wonderfully. Yeah. No. They're more in charge of teaching. Um, Male is usually a bird thing. But
Okay.
also my sister is more the person who uses the animals to do stuff. I'll just deliver it myself. It's
Oh,
it's really
okay.
fine. Don't worry about it. But I'm gonna go visit a friend.
Okay, well, I'll be here, lying
Yeah,
low, so that nobody
yeah,
finds out I'm here.
yeah. It's all good. Don't worry about it. No, don't. You
I
can still go explore the property and everything. The squirrels. Just do what you've been doing. I just
Great.
have to go talk to Cornelia.
I would like to spend a facilitator resolve
Oh,
token
Oh dear.
to introduce a new piece of information to
Oh
the
god.
story.
Sure.
And I will offer this facilitator token to, well, I don't know. I will offer it to one of you, but I'm not sure which one. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Anyway, I want to introduce a fact that Elia has been withholding from Dulcinea, and it's that Elia won't. Elia has met someone, another fae while Dulcinea was doing time in the flower bed.
I mean, yeah, I'd take that token. That's intriguing.
That should definitely go to Elia.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Elia, as a connection, has an extra token now. I will, yeah. So whatever messiness that introduces will be a future problem, I guess.
Love it. We should write that
Um,
down.
Do we all know which Fae Elia has met?
I'm open to
um,
whatever. Just as a player, it can be whatever.
I haven't. Actually, that is a good question. Do we know? Um, I am gonna say we do not know yet. I will get back to you on that. But for now, an undisclosed Fae.
Figure it out.
We can figure that out. But the point is just that there is that little piece of information Elia is not telling Dulcinea.
This is a good cliffhanger. This is a good tune back in to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
so
just leave it.
we'll figure, yeah.
Can Dulcinea go
So,
visit Cornelia?
you know, I think that we can actually do that. We'll save that for the next chapter, I think.
Okay.
But as Ilya and Dulcinea catch up, this is where we will end this chapter of Regency Remix, The Hidden World.
Oh my
We
god,
will
the
do.
session's over. I didn't even realize that.
Mhm.
We will do. We will do. We will sort things out like reputation and rumors next week, among other things. But yeah, we're getting in. We're getting deep in it. We're getting deep in it now. Um, we are going to go around the table and do some outros, and we are going to start with Arcady.
Hello, I'm Arcady. Tonight you've seen me play both Albina and Ilya, and I love them because they're both very different. Otherwise, you can find me hanging out on the internet as Arcady Koshka, pretty much everywhere. I mostly hang out on Twitter and Tumblr. I am also a regular cast member over on the actual play channel, Mercenaries of Mischief. We're currently still on break right now. Everybody needed a good vacation. But we have a backlog of multiple seasons, and our last seasons were all 10 episodes, so they're nice little bite size. If you want to watch like a little mini series, it's easy to catch back up. So yeah, that's me.
Uh, Great. Lily, your turn.
Hi, I am Lily, and I am Elise on Life on Twitter and Lascribe on Twitch and Discord. And yes, I have gotten my new name, and it is still Lascribe on Discord. So I really like that. No numbers anymore. Um, and you can find me here on Regency Remixed on Thursday evenings. I will also be on Girls Run These Worlds on Monday for the Juneteenth one shot. Yes. And then you'll see me again on Tuesday for one of the Pride one shots. Yeah, so check me out. Girls Run These Worlds next week. Normally, I also have my own podcast, which is called Blurred on the Street, where it's three Black women femmes talking about all kinds of geeky and nerdy stuff, current events. And then I am also a regular cast member on Misfits of Space podcast, which is different actual plays. In the first season, I starred as Mean Zot in the Star Wars AP, and we are also just wrapping up airing all the episodes of Monster Hearts 2, and I will be joining as a regular cast member again in July for their Scum and Villainy campaign.
Wow, look at you. You are so busy. Heck yeah, go you,
Yes.
Lily. And last but certain, oh wait, no, not last. I know how to count. Wait, Knox? Sorry, my bad.
Hi y'all, I'm Nox. You can find me on social media at Noxternal_7, including Discord. They had my name. Yes. And I have been Dulcinea Cervantes and also in epistolary form Sylvan Graham. My cat Hazel has also been starring by meowing consistently as I stream. I'm actually not doing anything next week except for Regency Remixed. I will have more stuff to announce, including something with Anne next week. But you can always follow me on social media. I am also on my Ko-Fi shop going to be selling scrunchies, dice bags, tarot card holders, book holders, anything I could sew pretty much, or crochet. So keep an eye out. The fabric scrunchies are going to go up tomorrow. And yeah, that's everything I have to say. Oh, I'm also going to be in one of the big gay nerd shot was what I was going to say. Big gay one shot. But not next week, but I'm going to be in Cypher that Mo is GMing, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's great. Support Knox because I love me one whole Knox. And last but not least, Rosie.
Hi, it's me, Rosie, Sweet Rosie B, just about everywhere on the internet. Only on Tumblr as the Sweet Rosie B. I've been posting a little bit more there as I've been engaging in more character art for upcoming campaigns. You can find me here being Cornelia, and I was very briefly, what's her name? Amber? That's not her name. Hester
That's
Bamber.
Hester.
Hester Bamber. In epistolary form. Very excited to see how that plays out. Just finished up our Greater Restoration campaign on Tuesday, so I also don't have a lot going on. I am continuing the Lego Rivendell build this Sunday and Monday, and tomorrow I am I will be putting out a casting call for an upcoming AP called Silver in the Stars. It is a pirate board reskin for sci-fi. It's got a treasure island feel to it. I'm very excited. We already have 2 cast members. We are trying to round out the cast with 3 more, so check that out tomorrow morning. That casting call will be open for about a week. Other than that, I don't have much going on, and that's the way I would like to have it be for just a little while at least.
I completely forgot I have a casting call.
Yes!
Yes.
Shout it out!
Rosie started talking, and I'm like, "Oh, that didn't end yet. Blah blah. It ends tomorrow, so I should really
Ooh,
shout it out.
yes!
Hey,
Hi, I
Knox.
have yes, yeah, I have a casting call out for an all disabled, chronically ill, neurodivergent table. For a game called Survive the Apocalypse, which is actually a zombie apocalypse game, where it is featured on an all disabled party who is journeying to a new safe place after they were kicked out by a bunch of ableist jerks from their old place. It's going to be very, very fun. Very, very like zombie apocalypse horror based. And that is ending tomorrow. It's going to be over on Bard Rock Cafe. So please, please, please sign up. Yeah, I completely forgot. I'm so
And,
tired, but it's my baby.
and remember, always punch ableists.
Can we get that on a shirt?
Right. I mean, we'll put that. We'll put that on the. We'll put that on the shelf and see where that goes. Hi. My name is Anne. I am the facilitator for this lovely table of people who are amazing and understand the assignment. You can find me on Twitter at XO_girlwonder, where I talk about all the stuff I'm doing and realize that I need more sleep than I'm getting. Oh man, there's so many cool things that I do. I spend 50% of my time on Girls Run These Worlds and 50% of my time being a Power Ranger. It's a whole thing. But if you want to hear more about that, Twitter, I have some channel announcements real quick. Tomorrow, some stuff's happening tomorrow, right? Oh, is that tomorrow? Let me double check something real quick. Cause I know what's happening on this channel. Oh yeah, it is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the premiere of Misspent Youth. If you have seen the one shot that our wonderful GM Abby ran for the debut of our very first zine, make sure you check out the Misspent Youth series tomorrow, starting at 8 p.m. Because heck yeah, the cast is awesome and everything else. Yeah, the creator app is always open. It's pinned on the Girls Run World's Twitter account. If you have a story and you are, you know, a woman, femme identifying, or, marginalized gender, I believe is what the form says. I'm trying to remember. But we want your stories. We have over 80 playlists of different stories told by different people. So many good stories on the YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe. We got to get as many eyes as possible on that YouTube channel because we're getting there. We're getting there on that monetization track. So please help if you can. Subscribing on YouTube is free. But if you want to help in a more monetary sense, you can subscribe on Twitch. You can use your Twitch Prime sub because you're already paying for Twitch for Amazon Prime, so you might as well just use that to sub to us, and you won't have to pay extra. We also have a Ko-fi. That's the thing. There are links. Yeah. Um, we are going to raid over to a Girls Run These Worlds community member, Julie Ciel, who is showcasing Gubat Banwa, which is a Filipino TTRPG that it's on my must playlist. I haven't had the chance to read it yet because I've been so busy, but I always like to support a fellow Filipino. So we are going to raid over there. Please remember that there's someone on the other side of the screen, doing their thing, and make sure you show up and give them the love that you've given us. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Mo,
for joining us. Thanks, Mo. Shout out to our producer, Mo. Anyway, love you all, and we'll see you next week for the next chapter of this story. Good night.